Well, we're deepening our understanding of graphing linear equations, and by looking at different ways in which we can one, determine what is a linear equation, and then also graphing it. And in this example, we're talking about finding the X and Y intercepts from a table. Now, this relates to page 157 in the textbook, example 3. And let's read through this problem that we're being presented right here. It says the table shows the function relating the distance to an amusement park in miles and the time in hours the Torres family has driven. Find the X and Y intercepts, and then lastly it's asking us to describe what the intercepts mean in this situation. Well, we've already learned that if I want to find the X-intercept, I set Y equal to 0. And so if I'm looking at a table, and this column on the left where it says time in hours, we can think of this as being the X values. And on the right where it's got distance in miles, we can think of this as being the Y values. And just kind of reviewing a little bit of what this table shows. At the 0 time point, where X is equal to 0, we're 248 miles from the amusement park. And then we see after an hour, we're 186 miles from the amusement park. And after 2 hours, we're 124 miles from the amusement park. And after 3 hours, we're 62 miles away from the amusement park. And after 4 hours, we're there. We're at the amusement park, wherever it is. But let's go back to the business at hand. Find the X and Y intercepts. Well, I'm going to do the Y-intercept first, just because I want to, no particular order. Well, the Y-intercept is going to be where X is equal to 0. And so right here, X is equal to 0. This is going to be the Y-intercept. And what about the, Y-intercept. And what about the X-intercept? Well, the X-intercept is where Y is equal to 0. So here I see Y is equal to 0. And so this is going to make this the X-intercept. Well, I'm not going to finish spelling it. Okay. Now, what does this mean? What do these intercepts mean? Well, I've kind of already said that in a way when I went through the table. But the X-intercept means that after 4 hours, of driving, the Torres family has arrived at the amusement park. Joy, joy, joy. Okay. And what about the X-intercept? What does that mean? Well, we could say it like this. Let's see. As the Torres family, and these you can put in your own words, as the Torres family is leaving for the amusement park, they are 248 miles away. Now, there's different ways that you could express that, but there's give you a couple of a meaning of the X and Y intercepts that we can see from a table. The key thing is in this, if I want to see where the X-intercept is, I'm looking for in the table where Y equals 0. And if I want to find the Y-intercept, I'm looking in the table for where X is equal to 0. It's the kind of the flip, the opposite. If If I want to find the x-intercept, I want to find where y is equal to 0. If I want to find the y-intercept, I want to find where x is equal to 0. Patience, practice, persistence, perseverance.